Okay, hello everybody on YouTube and Twitch. This is Mousesports versus the Renegades at IEM Sydney, and we are not here to dog the boys. In fact, we're here to highlight, I think, some of the great plays that Renegades made because this game came so damn close. And I guess I don't know if I should spoiler or not. I mean, I feel like a lot of people know the result of the match at the end of the day, but maybe we just don't say anything and talk about it as it goes on. Very strong map for Mousesports. I personally don't think that this is a very strong map for the Renegades. I feel like they have a lot of stuff that they need to work on. That's my personal opinion. Watch them play other teams at ECS. But you know, a pistol to kick it off is definitely the right way to do things. You still coming out with two. Not a great series or map for him overall, but coming close to the end of the game, I saw some of the rerun of this match, and he had a few very important kills, very important kills. So ADR is one thing, but I don't think that it's everything. As we know, Nifty obviously with those fast reactions, good crosshair placement, finds one easy headshot. Probably talk through the pistol round, and then on the first eco I can go for intros and stuff like that. So yeah, Renegades have, moving into the last couple of months, suffered a roster change. Was they suffered because they lost Nifty to Liquid, and Nifty was they lost Nafly to Liquid, and that was a big L, I feel like. But honestly, they've recovered well. Jacob has added a lot to their team, and I think Nafly is a very special player, and it was going to be hard to replace. But Jacob has definitely done a great job. Definitely done a great job, and they've had a shaky online season overall. But what matters more than LAN? Nothing. Here in Sydney, they have that crowd advantage, but I don't think it's that big of an advantage, and I definitely think that it cuts both ways. You know, even when the crowd is enthusiastic for you, they can just make it harder to play in general because they're so loud. I mean, I don't want it any other way. I think it's obviously fantastic to hear the support of your nation, of your continent, when you're playing in a LAN setting. But certainly they had a good time on Overpass and just a good LAN overall because they're a good team. And I think that much is definitely true. So a lot of players spotted on Banana. They make the hard rotate back. I don't think we have X-Ray on, so I'm going to throw it on. And hopefully that worked. And I need a way to be able to turn that on. I forget what I have to do. Let me try on my X. That'll work, maybe. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help me out. I'm pretty sure that this is supposed to work. Plus radio 3. Okay, unlucky. I don't know what's going on. Ah, okay. Okay, that should work. We should be good. I think we have X-rays on now. Sorry for that small delay. Look at Rops. Rops' hair looks like it's about to fall off. Have you guys ever tried to balance a broom on your finger? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like with Rops' hair. Boost up with the wall. You can see the cross to logs. Pretty good headshot angle. Should be somewhat safe. This is obviously an angle that can get naded really easily. Right on the corner. Molotov actually comes out first. He's not going to move off it. That's pretty interesting. I mean, he doesn't have a lot to lose because it's this eco, so it's nice that he actually stayed up there. Sometimes if you don't respect a grenade, you can be offered up a frag, and on a rifle round, that might not be the best idea, but on an eco like this, you should take more 30 to 40% fights. More 30 to 40% fights are justified. For sure. So another anti-eco. Renegades playing these quite well. I mean, Mousesports are playing into their hands because they're pushing up early. Some teams respond differently to pressure, being in a 5v5, playing passively, etc. And some teams, if you don't give them that opening kill on the anti-eco, they're gonna make a mistake because they get scared. Some teams will be fine when you hard rotate. Here we have that graveyard and sight stack. Rob comes out with the first kill. 3 actually. Holy. Definitely appreciate the arch splits. I feel like teams don't do this enough. Sending people for the wrap is very important. And this round could get turned on its head. It's actually Sunny. As soon as he hears JKS take a step, he sees an opportunity, pushes through that smoke, no problem. But at the end of the day, I think what's most important is the 3 kills that Rob's got. That would have been too successful of a couple of anti-ecos for them to have to do it. They actually, Mousesports don't have that much money. Chris J with the MP7, there's no one in the world who's better with an MP7 than Chris J. For whatever reason. I mean, the gun is actually a laser. For a while, it was hard to justify. It's like, why not buy an ump? It's got really high armor pen, and it's whatever, 1,200 bucks. Why not buy an MP9? And the MP9 is still really good, still very relevant. But the MP7 is actually really strong too, especially versus rifles if you have to do that. This one tournament recently where Chris had so many kills versus them. Immediate Halls pop. Rob sitting in small pit, or sorry, big pit. Goes for 2, stays alive as well. Crossfire's maintained. Stiko with the Famas 2K himself. And it wasn't actually a Halls pop, it was a lane split. And I really hate lane splits. Just really hate them. It's like one of the fundamental approaches to Inferno is like including a lane split into your play. I think that if you have, in certain situations, like if you are low numbers, meaning you don't have enough smokes to smoke Library Arch, or if you feel like they're going to do double arch setup, potentially as a read, a lane split can be good. But in a 5v5, I think if you're going to go towards with the crossfire between pit and sight is just way too strong, and you should try to avoid that at all costs. And try to spend some effort pushing the arch guy back if you know he's there, so that they don't feel so comfortable standing on all of these angles on the site. Oh my god, I minimized the game. Standing on the site on all these angles looking down like this, right? You don't want this default guy to be able to take this headshot angle over default while the pit crossfire is here. It's so strong. It's so strong. Smoke this, push the arch guy back to here, send 3 arch, send 1 halls to take contact. You gotta send the smart guy halls because he's got a hard position to play. And then I've seen Renegades do this. They'll send Nifty down lane with the op, and that's perfect. So one way teams commonly respond to pressure is if something's getting pushed, they push the other thing. Dust to, if there's a mid to B split, sometimes people started pushing B tunnels when they know that it's probably 3 out mid, 2 into B through the tunnel. And so they'll push one half of the split to make it a little bit more fair. And without the extra arch presence, you remove the need to do that. Jacob sitting here at the bottom of Banana. This is a very precarious situation. I think Jacob has the understanding that there might be someone who has push, but wow, Chris has gone all the way through. I have no idea if he was just checking on radar to be able to know when to spam, or if that smoke was just coming up and he decided, let me just put some bullet down. But it seemed like he was confident that someone was there. It certainly seemed like he was confident. There's a crossfire up at mid, so what can Renegades do? Smoke off Arch to take mid control. And the All-Star is actually going to molly to delay this. This is nice. Not only that, but he goes ahead and peeks mid. And because they didn't actually put any pressure there, he's basically canceling out that smoke. Oh my god. And I don't think he lined that up on purpose, but he still exploited it. And that's pretty much where you call it. Not going to be an easy frag to get. This round becomes drastically harder when you lose the opening kill, when you lose banana control. And I was going to say, like, Mousesports versus Navi, I can't remember what tournament it was recent. But that was some of the most high-level Inferno that we've seen in professional Counter-Strike in a long time. What was the last? Oh, it was Marseille. Yeah, it was Marseille. And that's because Mousesports know how to play mid properly. They know how to play banana properly. And this should be a very hard T-side for Renegades. Who certainly are exploitable. Money-wise, they're not looking too sharp. Running out to early B. I guess it's because of kind of a force. They decided to just go head first through a smoke with the UMP and don't actually find a kill. Did they save money on this round? It looks like they didn't. Wow. Okay. These rounds really aren't going to come for free. There is an argument, though, to throw in those banana rushes with your lead spawn, because they can beat a lot of the early Molotov damage. If that molly goes down and your best spawn is running the entire way, they can, depending on what the CT spawns were, because the same guys are going to go B every round, you can get lucky and get ahead of it. You can also smoke the last Molotov and try to push through, and it can get a little bit random, but because CTs are actually throwing more than one nade, usually they're throwing a Molotov down, they're throwing a flash, throwing a nade, and they're doing it in certain orders. It actually takes some time for them to get set up, and if you don't respect that, you can sometimes catch somebody off guard. It's a pretty incredible frag for Nifty. On a round they probably shouldn't win, and Chris is looking sharp as hell. Very confident bursts of the AK. What are we gonna have a timeout? See, this is a round where it's like, I guess because they have the op, they wanted to buy behind it, but now they're in a really weird spot. They're actually 4-round loss, so they save this next round. They're going to try to pull out some kind of eco strat. What's very common to do here is a Halls pop, where you can get super close to where the bomb is. Throw a flash from lane. That pops like around here. And then have all your guys try to jump out with a smoke on the balcony. The smoke works in a bunch of ways. One of those ways is it stops you guys from getting Molotovs. You can't Molotov a smoke. It also makes it hard to see from, as a CTs, like which spots do you have to watch on the smoke. Can someone jump out like this, like Get Right would, or can they get into pit, or are they just going to jump straight out this way, you know? And that's one thing that Snacks does a lot by himself, as he tries to he'll jump out in many different ways, and it's hard to stop. So Azure takes the spawn again, a right-click flash to delay him from moving, and Sunny is holding his ground. M4 is looking good. Support flash goes in. And he was in a fine spot. With all that HP, you wouldn't expect him to move. This is a super strong way to kill people who try to shoulder peek, especially when you have that op there, and Chris can fall off first. Stiko can be right behind him to get those kills. if they decide to wide swing or trade. And they continue to be aggressive. And again, Chris can fall back easily. And you can kind of see where the communication lies with Kretz and Stiko. Like, if he's going to decide to go aggressive, Stiko knows exactly how to support him and basically goes off the sign of his gun. Hit or miss. Good flick from Oscar. We have seen Rops be already a very consistent graveyard slash pit player. But I mean, you know, this is 5-3, but Mousesports have so much more money than the Renegades. So Renegades are going to have max loss next round, but they, you know, certainly they want to opt. Interesting to see here is Mousesports have all prioritized one HE grenade over 2 flashes. Oh man. That was quite the flick. Oh, the nade into ult to finish what he started. Some people would have been scared off by that spam. Chris, he saw a frag in his mind's eye. This is a really tight spot. Oh my god, of course he hits that no scope. No friend in sight. Molotov behind him to make sure that they couldn't help him out. And another disaster for the Renegades as they basically get melted in their default. Each frag following the next. Definitely one of those situations where you want to see what would have happened if this one kill went the other way. But even at the point where Azur could have killed Chris J, I don't think that there was a chance for... It's not a good chance for the Renegades to win. It's very powerful for an op to use a smoke down in mid to peek into the stairs at Boiler. Kind of crack peek it and check for anybody walking down, because it's not often you send your op as a terrorist into halls. We have seen that duel happen though. It was kind of weird at ECS. It seems like it's just becoming meta, so some teams are sending their op there to kill the other opper who might otherwise be playing Arch. And we can see the preemptive smoke to allow Oscar to fall back. It also kind of disarms the terrorists who are coming through. And there it is. Swing is out. 3 people are spotted. Oscar's lucky to have hit that fine 5-7 headshot. And 2 remaining men have been exposed on their way to B. Rops, as he does, sits in his pit, plays his position. And the pause is called. This one is a pause to figure out what they should do here on their next rifle round. So, 2 things we definitely want to see more of. They did the A split with Arch Wrap on the anti-eco. Like to see that on a rifle round. Another thing is I'd like to see delayed banana control. They've gone aggressive on banana so many times. If Mousesports are smart about this, I mean, they're going to use not so much utility versus the Renegades on banana, just because Renegades have been rushing it over and over again, losing their player right away. So this can be kind of a mind game, but if I'm Mousesports, I'm not throwing that many nades down banana, and if I'm the Renegades, I'm not taking banana quickly, just because they should be conditioned to taking all of that early nade damage. They kind of I feel like Mousesports have like kind of a free round where they don't have to use too much utility there. They've actually decided to use the majority of their players to go up alt, take it slowly. I definitely want to see them come back to the banana before this round is over. Wouldn't totally be against a straight up Arch Wrap if they want to go for it. Just don't do a lane split here. But I definitely like this approach. And we see like all this utility is getting expelled from Mousesports. But Yeah, like they're executing right now, but yeah, okay, they're gonna take back control. This is great. Now they go back to B. This is good. This is good. Chris has actually started to fall back. It's very standard flash to push him off. 40 damage for free. And it seems like Mousesports have just feigned it. They were hoping that no one had pushed all the way down. So this is a great play from Mousesports, showing us why that much map control pays off. But oh boy. You know, this was a lane split. They did do a good job of making it difficult for Stiko and Rops to play together with the smokes down on pit. The issue was that someone threw a flash that ended up favoring Stiko, and Stiko, when he was unblind, could get 2 kills, almost got 3. So there is definitely a world wherein Renegades get the trades on the side. We get an after plant situation. But Mousesports win the round off the back of good information, and also Rops abusing their lane smokes. That one's kind of unfortunate, but I think we see Renegades moving in the right direction now. Early nade down banana. By Mousesports, same thing. Like, not too many nades right away. They really haven't even used, I don't think, a Molotov. Rops is at A. Yeah, he used his. So this is great utility uses from Mousesports. Where they know that Renegades are really scared, nothing they're doing is working. They also know that they're low if they decide to buy, because I'm not sure if they got the plant last round. It seems crazy that they were able to get an op and all these nades without it, but I don't remember them putting the bomb down. But either way, they had enough money to get this. And from here, what do? It's a nice adjustment. Nifty going halls with the op can be unexpected. Great combat opper. Up close, he can be very consistent in unfavorable situations. But Mousesports being very careful here, not to do anything more than they need to. Testing mid a little bit, but now I've actually decided to fall all the way back. So a bunch of map control swings conceded. Never a big fan of this, but I guess because they have 2 ops, that actually helps them out. So at top banana, they're going to hear this banana clearing flash. They're going to get some info. Mousesports have decided to tighten all the way up. This is a weird situation. 20 seconds remaining. And we're a little bit low on nades, but Sunny still got his Molotov, so we're going to have to run through this. First shot's missed. Won't actually matter that much, or will it? Sunny somehow gets opt. I don't know from where. Or, oh my god, Nifty opt his teammate. That's what happened. Not enough time to put the bomb down. Jesus. Wow. So I guess in the 5v5, I mean, Mousesports not seeing a kill, decided to slowly turtle up more and more, and that actually made Renegades kind of uncomfortable, because clearly they wanted to execute a little bit earlier, but they also seemed to want to get a kill first, and because they weren't able to find one no matter how hard they tried, that just played into Mousesports' favor. So I guess it was a good call for them to fall back, recede into their safest angles, and I think when the time was down as low as it was, they just thought, all right, well, you've crossed this threshold in time where if you go now, we're probably going to be able to get enough trades to make this difficult to plan at least. But we're not going to give you that easy opening kill so you can rush our site. So they kind of starve them out, in a sense. Mousesports calling, and Chris, I guess, calling a fantastic game. Renegades buy half buy. Interesting. Kind of going for 2 half buys where they get a couple of AKs. Our early banana controls not looking too crispy, but Azur finally is able to get a kill, at least on banana. Try not to say able. That's what I tried to avoid just now, because I say able and it doesn't. It sounds weird. Like, you don't really say that conversationally. Azure is able to get a kill. It's a strange thing to say. So it's a weird thing that us casters do. We say things in ways that you wouldn't say them normally. But I mean, I guess casting isn't necessarily natural. But still, I don't want to say that word. Secures. I could say secures. Yeah, you guys can be my thesaurus. I guess the B hit works out. I don't know if we just saw an op go down in B, but that's one reason why a team might use might sacrifice information and sit in their spots as opposed to go out and look and clear things out and look for kills. But because of Mousesports is money and the fact that they're going to move in the last 2 rounds, they know that they can just any kills they get are going to dig heavily into the very shallow pockets that the Renegades have. But actually not. They're actually not. They're actually just falling back. I think they definitely have enough money to buy no matter what, so why not go for these kills? Oh, I see. So they're not giving away to push out. Rops is actually going to be the one. Snifty kind of just B-hops across CT spawn. That one matters. So if I'm Mouse, I don't change much. If I'm the Renegades, what do we do now? Well, I make sure I don't get fast flanked the next time if I want to go A. So I might do something similar to the last A take, but instead of kind of fake clearing banana, definitely at least clearing the bottom banana. This area close left and also over here by the logs, instead of just throwing the flash and then falling back, because Mousesports took full advantage of that last time. Who'd they leave? Okay, Chris is here. So this is actually going to work a lot better if they do this. We know that they are here to try to take top mid control. I hope for the Renegades they don't necessarily get a kill, but they don't get killed. They clear out top mid, but it seems like Mousesports will probably fight for it. Molotovs come down. This is to shy an Opera away or anyone away from trying to peek Boiler. And Sunny making sure that this won't be free. Azure runs through the smoke, but it's a bait, man. You heard the reload, and that's exactly what he wanted. Big oof. Another great setup from Mousesports. Smoke goes down to feign the B-Wrap, but it's actually not going to be useful at all because we have a man holding down CT spawn and making sure no one can go through. And another round where, because Mousesports go untested on banana, they have no reason to rotate out early. Players spotted in all. It's a tough spot to be in. Can't really expect success in a situation like this with a move like that. Again, almost had the right idea. Almost had the right idea. Surprised that Mousesports don't clean up moving into the second half. So that's also actually going to be quite interesting for me. For me. Oof. That's a big oof. That's the biggest of oofs. There's one player who's not scared of anybody, who doesn't afraid of no one. It's Oscar. This guy always has a deadpan look on his face. Never looks like he's about to hit the fastest flick of his life until someone appears on his screen. And then does. And never has respect for any team he's playing against. Which is always good for Mousesports. Sunny with the YOLO push through CT spawn. Very warranted considering they have they had a man advantage. Chris J's here. Something you throw in once in a while. It's similar to pushing a jungle smoke on Mirage on an A hit, where you can do that once or twice per half maybe, but you don't do that. You just don't do it every time. And here's a situation where they've been so dominant every single round. Okay, let's throw one in. Let's throw in the CT flash push through the smoke. It's very strong. It's hard to stop. It works especially well when there's a lot of time, not a lot of time remaining on the clock. I'm gonna fast forward through this with my ghetto demo UI. I could hit next round. I know I could. Sonny says, have fun. That's very good manners. And still from the halls. It's not necessarily trapped. This is a tough, decision-wise, it's such a tough position to be in. You want that kill, but you don't want to get slapped. And for the Glocks, they have all these different depths and angles that they can play with to try to shoot you, and you just don't want to get killed in that situation, or it's an easy A hit. I'm not sure if Mousesports threw that second smoke. That would be kind of interesting. Chris Trey jumps across to make space. JKS looking for the jump up. Can't secure his kill. I need more words like that. Able, secure. Hit me with some more synonyms, please. Ooh, retakes on. Nifty. Catches the jump shot. I swear, you might have a better chance of living and not jumping away from Nifty. And off. Oof. The Glock's not very good, is it? But in the hands of Sunny, it might be. Not quite. Castillo wins the pistol. And again, he had low stats this game, but he had some very, very important kills. Locks him, smokes down, ate his ass. Justillo ate his ass. I don't know. And I don't think I'm gonna be able to say that. If I can't say it on LAN, I probably shouldn't say it online. Sunny failed quite badly there. I mean, he had 30 health. And he has the Glock. That's tough. I mean, he needs his teammates to stay alive so that he can flank, walk up closer, and then shoot. I am HO. Especially 2 pistols for Renegades, right? Mm-hmm. That'll help. Crack spotting mid. Pull the pin play, as I like to say, where you use this, you just delay the smoke as long as possible by making sure you have info first instead of just throwing it blind. Burns those 15 valuable seconds off the clock. Justillo's got his smoke as well. So now there's only a couple of avenues that they can come out of easily. Nifty doesn't have a ton of support, but because they have banana control, they can flank very quickly. So friend spotted. Nifty's going to decide to play on the inside of the smoke, which actually works out quite well. Since the arch smoke is still on, he can make sure that he's not too far from his teammates. And what was that JKS phase up? Op the drop for Oscar. Full SMG buy. No, Nifty's got a Falmus actually. Early banana nades and fast rotate off. There's 3 people there. No damage is actually done just by playing it ultra passively. I like this from Mousesports. Would have liked to see this early in the half from Renegades. Just staying away from banana for a little bit. And this is a strong crossfire. They've got 3 here too. I like this from the Renegades. I was gonna say the SMGs could be in danger, but oh boy, yeah, never mind. Oh boy. I don't know if Mousesports know of JKS being here. It looks like they might, so he's gonna actually just go all the way back. 30 seconds up, I like it. Continue to jump spot for information. They can hard rotate over to A. I like the Renegades in this round. A bit of damage dealt. It's gonna be hard to get this plant. Renegades are playing it nicely. Azure, oh my god. Really did want that kill, but there is still a crossfire going on, and you would think that these are easy frags, and it certainly is. So yeah. Good round from RNG on their bonus round too, no less. So, no, even if they lose one, they're still going to be in a pretty decent spot. Skip through this. Mousesports, I think, took a breather just to talk about their economic situation. And it's a pretty passive default, kind of from both sides, at least. Excuse me, yawning. I'm not even tired. I don't know why I'm yawning. I think it's because I just ate. I've got the itis. Again, I like using these. I like them using these SMGs and just getting very, very far down banana. I like it a lot. This time they don't have the 3rd player for support, but they also aren't quite as aggressive. And Nifty gets his kill at mid. That's a big frag. His angle's just deep enough. Look at that. Couple of nice headshots. Not a single player dead from the Renegades. For the Renegades. Not a single player killed from Mousesports. Not a single player dead for the Renegades. I said itis the other day in the same context, and my friend informed me it's super racist. What? I only knew it from a Chappelle show sketch. I don't even know where I know it from. Might have been the Chappelle show. That just means that you're tired because you're full. That's what it. What? Is it an A hit? No, it isn't.
Yeet.
It's all a ruse. They've actually done this to play it back to B and leave Stico at mid to be able to hear for rotates. No one's coming down mid, however. But this is going to allow Mousesports to fight inside the site, only worry about CT and construction, and play banana, and use that angle against CT without that player being worried. so it's nice. Just now gonna slowly move off of his angle, but they put appropriate pressure on that bomb plant. This is looking like what a retake. It could be solid. Oh, Azar comes back. The awareness. I think he actually heard. But now it's Oscar 1v2 with the op on CT. Azar just barely peeking, trying to get a little bit of damage in if he can get it with the M4. And now he's peeked a little bit wider to make it uncomfortable for Oscar. Does handle it nice and nice. He does nice. He nice does. That was good. Don't be dropping that one on stream. That's what I thought. What the hell? That is seriously what it... Thank you for the resub, Brandon Faith. The condition of being lazy. No, I don't know. I don't know. Everything doesn't have to be racist. I just think that's just fucking ridiculous. Someone informed me that that was racist. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know you agree. I'm not even like making fun of you or anything. I just think the whole thing is crazy. That shit happens so much, right? And if to use that angle we talked about from the first half. And it's kind of calmed down. Shu is on the other side of the table, which has turned. It's actually Renegades getting the opening kill every single time. Wow, nice shot. Wow, nice shot. Very well done. And everybody is bringing food to the table right now, but especially Azar. What a rock. A solid 3K. A 3 for the boys. Hi. Another eco. But with CZs, anything's possible. Have we seen an eco? I think we've seen one. I think we've seen... Do we even see one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we even saw one eco round. One. We may have. Renegade's gone to B last half, something like that. Fast lane hit. No one's actually here to stop him. Nazar's now just caught kind of out in the open as Ustillo goes down on top of the balcony. All 3 players on A get melted alive. Immolated. We can't test it. JKS makes a bit of presence. Probably wanted to hold on to that nade. Get that glorious pit nade. The X-God nade into pit. Oh my god, that was not worth it. That was not oh, okay, it was. It was fine. I mean, they didn't win yet. The game's not over. You can burn through this cash fast. And he probably could have saved that M4. Probably wasn't worth it for what he was trying to do. Could have crouched over to the side, thrown the nade into pit, helped and bomb blow them up, but threw the nade early, stuck around a little bit too long. Every death matters, man. Every death matters. Nifty getting real aggressive at mid, but Oscar is 3 aware. He absolutely knows that there is a chance of that kill going down, but could you expect Sunny to go through a smoke into the front of a Molotov onto Banana versus CTs with no teammate left over just to get the trade? I mean, on land, would you expect that? I didn't. But now that he got the trade, it's a strong position for Mousesports. They've got a lot of utility left as well. Now let's see how they handle Banana / mid versus how the Renegades handled Banana / mid. Mousesports are making an early rotate out. See, this is good. I mean, you have 2 options on TD side if you're down in numbers. You can make a gamble rotate, or you can try to push something with your teammate to get info. Both have their advantages. Both are totally justifiable. And they've actually made a great call here. Won't matter, however. JKS mollied out from second oranges as they're sitting in construction and was also last seen here. It doesn't seem like he plans to make any moves anytime soon. Melted, eviscerated, emulsified. How would you feel if someone talked like that about your art, Nathan? Jeez. Carefully placed nade. Lands nearby Stico. Very well done. You don't know how much that damage means until the round's over. But maybe let's keep tabs on that. Okay, Stico's now at 70. That means a one-shot headshot from the M4. One less bullet from a spray. That much closer to dying is what I'm trying to say. And Renegades, they've gone somewhat passive. They still have eyes on mid, however. Azur now gets Molotov'd off. 40 seconds up, and they've got control of everything. Very distinct difference from the first half. This is not something that Mousesports would have let the Renegades do to them. No gambles to rotate either, and they have a player left at mid, so this split should be successful. Jacom is pushed into an awkward position, but the hold is quite good, and the Molotovs are in the wrong places. No one's at quad. One gets bounced off. They don't have enough time to get in or plant. So they relied on the sight hold, but the sight hold was good. I think Acom actually got blind, but fortunate enough to stay safe. Maybe Mousesports didn't have enough nades going into that. knows? Nifty not going to peek all the way down into Oscar's territory. And again, we're seeing a lot more of the HEs. Well, we're seeing HEs period from the Renegades on CT side. None on the T side. Ever. Always prioritizing 2 flashes in the Molotov. I'm not sure if Nifty was able to see that. Gets caught on the pallet. Should have pulled out his pickaxe and destroyed it. And a very, very strong Molotov for Jacob. Can't get any kind of angle to spot this arch cross. It's actually a readjustment into the lane split, which you know how much we hate. So let's see how it goes. There it is. Crossfire comes into effect. Ustillo goes down in the pit. Azur has actually repositioned. Nifty from the corner of a smoke at Moto is still alive, but not well. He's at half HP. Azur also gets killed. This will certainly be a tough position to deal with. Rop's in the big pit. It's gonna be moving around. And, oh wow, gets flushed out of his position. Nifty hits his op shot. Oscar 1v2, catches the shoulder of JKS. And now those at Nifty's on the other side of the smoke. He actually shot and made presence. 2 op shots traded and missed. Nifty goes right for the defuse because he doesn't think Oscar's going to stick around, but he does. And hits the no-scope easily. Could this spell death for the Renegades? We don't know. Oh, maybe we do, but we don't know. Minute 30. 14-11 for Mousesports. Seems like a Hall Spot is about to come out, and Ustillo's down here in the pit. Gets that first headshot, critical frag to hit, but Oscar comes out with the fast trade. Nifty now all alone on the site. Hits that first op shot. The second one is easy, and the third one is simple as well. And now this is a man who just needs to put a 1 in that, because that was some wonderful op shots. Those were some wonderful op shots. Secures those kills. Chris J. Blind versus blind. And the teammate who isn't easily... What takes him down? Secures a kill, gets a trade. I need more things. I need more things to say. He handles business, deals with them, kills him, frags him. Power owns him. Takes him out of the equation, gets him, bops him, boops him. Pwn? Yeah, power ownage. That's what Pwn stands for. It's so lame. Okay, JKS with the defensive HE grenade. It's actually very impactful. I gotta stop saying very too. After plant sitiation. Nifty. So patient. So deadly. So quick. And the round isn't done for him. Back to the well for Nifty. He can use quite. I actually don't want to use any substitution for very. Just want to remove it. Just want to remove it. What's that kind of what's that? What is that type of word? It's like a supportive word, but it's pointless. No. It's not like not. I guess you could consider it a hitch word or a crutch or something, but very or really, they're words that you just don't. That shouldn't be in anyone's. That you should probably replace. There are tons of charts for ways to avoid saying very for writers and stuff. Really, I'd like to see. A pronoun is like a proper name. An adjective? Yeah, no, I'm saying like a... No, never mind. Yeah, forget about it. Oh my god! That's a value Molotov right there. And an easy cleanup. And the boys are back. Renegades after this one will just be 2 away from actually closing this out. It's a very unlikely situation. Don't say very, they pop up. Thank you, Consor. Appreciate that. I think I had the vocabulary somewhere in my head, but I've got to create that spider web. That spider web of connections in my mind to be able to call upon all of these different things and ways to say different things. Doing these casual casts helps to break those habits as well, I think. Hopefully. The rapping skill, yeah. Yeah. Dexter. Critical round. Seen Chris J call some very crazy stuff in the final moments of games. I said very again. I've seen Chris J call crazy things in the final moments of games. That sounds so much better. Hectic arch control B-rap fake strats. Is that what he's going to bust out this time? Well, he can't, because they don't have enough utility to do that. They don't. They have 2 smokes and a Molotov. They've got to keep it simple. And they probably want to veil the thought that they can't as well. Staying alive is obviously the most important thing for them right now. Stiko, swoof. Barely gets away with his life here. That was, if Nifty had held... Oh, when Nifty goes back to watch the demo and he sees if he held that angle for 1 more second, he would have been able to kill Stiko. He is going to be very upset with... he's going to be upset with himself. Nobody's very anything. He's going to be upset with himself. But here he is. Nifty, so consistent from this position. Hits that first frag, no problem. However, it seems like he's alone. Save call for the Renegades already. Oh my god. Where did you still go? That was that flick was unfair. Yikes. Jacob's killed, but they've got money to buy at least. And there it goes. 15-14 round numero 30. Round 30. And this is what it all boils down to. That's it. Can't change anything, okay? The other team is just as nervous as you are. You gotta just play your game. Do all the things you did in practice. Remember your training, but don't be afraid. Aggressive smoke down mid. Nifty throws it down himself, so he can hold on to ults, but that smoke's obviously a huge tell. And teams are gonna share this information. But as we can see, it's bot time. They have to clear it out. Be certain that no one is around. Jacob's gonna see a smoke cascading over the B site into CT and push him into a new position. He's actually falling back into a similar setup. Actually, all of Renegades have actually fallen back into a similar setup as we normally have seen them. I don't know if Mousesports are me fully aware of how they rotate based on if someone's a CT and they smoke it out. But it's actually Chris. And again, not afraid to call stuff like this in late round situations. To come out to beat, not only that, but get a kill. He doesn't get away quite safely just yet. Opportunity here to get two, but Jacob is too good. Going to be a ton of pressure put on him as he gets that first headshot and expels the last of his utility. Moves himself into second oranges and is taking quite an aggressive angle. Goes for that initial pre-fire headshot on Sunny, and Rops goes to trade, but also takes quite a bit of damage. Nifty super close to just nailing that bomb plant on an off-the-cuff push, hoping that his muscle memory wouldn't deceive him. And here it is. The retake is on. And again, this could be for all the marbles. Oscar trades a dink for a kill, and he'll take that. However, Nifty takes it back. New still out, moving into water from CT, is able to both kill Rops and Stiko. Crossfire gets taken down, and we're going to OT. Again, those are the important kills. I mean, however you serve it up, those are important kills. He earned them the first pistol. Those kills as well. Name two more important rounds. Round 30 and round 1. Name two more important kills. Two more important rounds. Name two rounds that are more important. Name two more important rounds. Name two rounds that are more important. Oscar here, aiming for the jump peak. Is pre-aiming for the jump peak. Sunny experiences the after image flash at the bottom of a banana. I think he saw off the corner of a smoke maybe an opportunity to spot a foot. But there isn't anyone quite there. Costello trying to get in a bit of a rhythm with the shoulder peek. And Nifty on a very common but still CT-sided angle. You'd think he'd win this duel, and you can see the pellet 5 passed. Is that a pellet in an if it's a shell with an off bullet? Can you call that a pellet? No, right? So there's a well placed and well timed Molotov. It looks like Nifty wants a little bit more before he leaves. Don't know if Sunny got hurt there. It looks like that flick might have been good. And here it is, getting quite aggressive. He's all alone. No rotates to help him out. I mean, whoa, you've got 4 up here. They really, maybe he's telling them, I think it's going to be A. I think it's going to be A. But it's not. It's not, man. It's going to be B. And now you're locked into this position. A slave to the pre-fire. Teammates are quite late, but because you went 1 for 2, you've done your job, and it kind of counterbalances the amount of time that they have to waste running here. But As we can see, they're pretty aware of the fact that there could be an op or a quad, but the flash being offhand was still not enough. We're gonna see a magical retake from the Renegades. Got the potty heating set up on B, and it looks like they're gonna stay stalwart. Heating potty. Potty heating. Are you reviewing map 3 after this? No. Might do that another day. Tomorrow or something. It's a very random pickup, yeah. But he's done well. Dakum was a really, I was gonna say really good player at one point. He was just, I don't know, man. I still remember Jacob on LGB. The Rubino LGB. That was one of my favorite lineups. He was hella, say again. He was good back then. He went in. Pure Norwegian finesse. The golden days, right, Lux? The golden days. Mousesports throw the smoke a lot. The weakness is if you're off from a quad. But it's an interesting control smoke and allows them the freedom to peek a little bit more. Oof. Well, it looks like they're both going to take this round and be a little bit hectic with it. My goodness, that was I don't want to say a risky way to hold on to B, but it seemed like because they had that smoke down, they're like, yeah, let's get in front of it and try to come through. I feel like there was a lot of ways to die doing that. We obviously saw one of them. But now this is just very unlikely. I mean, Ustillo was unfavorable in that engagement, and this one as well. Those are a couple of strong frags. Nazar has him here. There's absolutely no way that they can lose this round. Oscar going wide because he knows he needs to, but there's no chance. Once again, Ustillo just dismantling the crossfire between Pool and Banana. I feel like you run that retake in the 2v3 10 times, they win that twice. Maybe with Ustillo, you win it 4 times. Oof. It's a pretty decent nade. The meta of crossing to boiler is pretty crazy. Pretty? No. No pretty, no really, no very. It's crazy. Ooh. What a couple of kills that was. And he is... We've seen him play that exact same angle more than once. Monster stuff from Azza. Azza. No way in hell Mousesports win this. Not a chance on earth. It can't happen, right? Nifty is in the power position. Pit. Oh, the flick's no good. Right into the Molotov, but it doesn't matter. It was all but... Is it fair? It's not fair to say a Molotov got extinguished if it just runs out. That doesn't make sense, right? To be extinguished means that it has to be forceful. Is that right? Let's say the Molotov. I want to say run its course. That sounds weird too. The Molotov. Molotov faded. Expired? Expired feels like, I guess it's kind of, it's almost like personifying it, like it died or something. Burns out. Try not to be picky, but that just doesn't sound, it sounds a little bit strange to me for some reason. I guess faded. Would faded work for a Molotov? As the fire fades. No more fuel for the flames. Could you say the fire depleted? Because I don't feel like deplete is something you use when you run out of water. Some kind of liquid. I think it could be deplete. I don't know. Depleted feels like it needs to run out or something. That doesn't really. Something along the lines of run its course. Exhausted. The flames have exhausted. I think that makes sense. Dies down. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. As the flames die down. Okay, I'd say that. Ceased. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Oof. The frags don't. Ooh, Chris from Emo. Damn, with the 3 frag. It's actually got 4 in total, looking for the ace. But Azur's Peak's just a bit too tight. A tiny bit. And there's no safe plant without a smoke. We tried to drop one on him, but with very little time left. You can sacrifice one person to go and see if he's going to commit. Wither? I feel like Wither is, and I might be wrong, but I feel like Wither is when, for something to wither away, I guess I can only think of the specific example of like a tree withering away. Like the leaves wither off of a tree. Or would that even make sense? A linguistic stream? Yeah, kind of. This is almost like a... This might... Maybe I turn this into a commentary workshop. Wither is when a flower dies. Specifically? Can it be used for any other... Multiple uses for it, okay. Please hone my English, chat. Hone it. Like Nifty's op skills. That's what I need my casting to be, like Nifty's opping ability. Young Nesquik. Oscar signals for the boost. And Stiko obliges. Isn't high enough to see the crossback to mid. But they safely fall off of it after making just a little bit more noise. Doesn't matter though for Stiko, and Oscar doesn't expect anybody to have gone that wide, and now it's just Rops alone on the site versus 4. He can't do this. There's no way. You should read more. Fuck you. Okay, how do you know I don't read? I'm just kidding, you're right. Oof. What kind of stuff would you be interested in reading? I actually do read sometimes. I'm reading the Zen Art of Motorcycle Maintenance right now. What was the last thing I read before that? can't remember. It was a good one though. I learned a lot of words. Too bad he doesn't read chat. That's funny. The Zen art of motorcycle maintenance, yeah. Crossfire up in mid. Banana control for Mousesports. Flash out of boiler. Sneeko strafes over top of the fire to mitigate the amount of damage that it could do to him. Smoke's gonna go out. I think that might be library, but I might be mistaken. Looks like the wrap's in play. Sunny with a well-timed Molotov to complement his teammates. It actually pays off for a frag. Nifty also gets fired out of his spot, and everybody in passive positions on the site, but Oscar going huge with that deagle. Unbelievable kill right there. Well, the second one to boot. I don't think it's really about motorcycles at all. Yeah, not really, yeah. It's philosophy. It's just a series of it's like a story with a series of analogies and philosophy. It's good stuff. Another off frag for Nifty. Oof, he's not done yet. I think he heard that reload as well. But maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't because it is land. It's hard to hear. Bullets being peppered through the smoke. I don't think anyone answered. Are those, can you say pellets or no? Peppering, and it would be like peppering bullets through the smoke. Retakes on. Mousesports looking to attain map point. Their hopes might be dashed. First player from the cons wrap gets killed. Nifty's actually got 2. Oh my god, 4 in total. One more guy left over. It's Rops, your resident A anchor, and he dies to just the bomb. If Nifty planted that bomb, I think he deserved the ace. Pellets only come out of shotguns. Then, what are they called? Bullets. Okay. What do you call... projectiles. I could also say projectiles. In certain situations. The whole thing is a cartridge or a round. Okay. Ooh, say firing rounds. Unloading rounds, firing rounds. This is helpful. Nifty. Don't know how it happened, but it happened. Robs, we've seen this adjustment before. People, when they flash out, sometimes they jump into the pit in the way that he's facing, but this time there's too many people to make that gamble. Wow. The instant 180, and it looks just like that. No, actually, they're racing for 21 here, so. Metal laser. Let's say here. You're racing Racing to 21. Racing to 21. We're gonna do one of these every day. So as soon as land hits, we'll be insane. Every day that we stream, at least. All right, right back into the game. $18-20. Renegades win this. They win. I can't believe Oscar didn't take that shot. I think he might have quick switched a little bit too quickly. And nifty. Oof. Really wanted that engagement. Was happy to take it, but so was Oscar. I'm sure he heard that flash bounce and thought, all right, let's risk it for the biscuit. But off of the back of this, Renegades become a little bit more impassioned and have actually overstepped their bounds. Nifty coming across that line of fire. Into the line of fire of Oscar. He's actually put himself in an even more aggressive position. That op is really roaming. Getting value out of it. And now that he's in library but smoked out, they're worried about him but not concerned. To the point that they need to make an adjustment. Everybody else has pitched in. Mousesports are the first team to get to 20 in the first half of the second OT has concluded. And with that, 2-1-1/2, the Renegades are, wait a second. Yeah, it was 2 in a row, so 18-18. Renegades got 2, Mousesports 1. So if Renegades win, wait, is it 22? I can't remember. OT is so confusing, but not for Sunny. This boy is fully torqued, prepared, ready. Excuse the ambulance. Oof. Oh, that's a kill that might have come a little bit too easily for the Mousesports. Nobody's here in time, and that's the value of killing an opera quickly. Is that there's no chance. There's just no chance to win. I mean, if you kill the opera on B solo and the terrorists are brave enough to follow up and hit the site right away, the retake is so unlikely because you give up an op for the after plant. You can also make it extremely hard to even get in CT to get ready for the retake. You don't know if anybody's in construction or if you can get there, and you've also got to kill the guys on banana. And yeah. That's how we saw that play out just now, was how you normally would see that play out. Hard to keep it fresh as the rounds roll on. Nifty in a pretty similar position to what we've seen for a lot of the rounds here on CT side for the Renegades, where he'll peek mid and then fall back. Getting too aggressive got him punished to the point that he's never gone for the Oscar frag. And in Mousesports' very passive default, they haven't they haven't bothered doing anything but waiting as Sunny works on banana. Mousesports fall back into their default as they do. Nifty at 38 frags, leading the pack by a giant margin. What a comeback this has been already. 11-4, but in OT everything resets. Mentally, economically. It's a new game. Full B exec first. Orange's Molotov gets thrown down. Somehow JKS finds his way into CT and has an opening to let go of his Molotov, but Jacob, who has been so good in that position, can't meet his teammate halfway and get the kills they need to. It's just a strong execute overall. Putting a lot of pressure on these rotates as well. Another round where Renegades just go too passive on CT. And fall victim of the trap of having to retake even with equal numbers. Isn't something you'll do very often, and again, the fortified crossfire from CT and banana is good. There's just no way to win that without a lot more utility. Which is part of the reason why you work on a default as well. Because let's say you plant B, but you went A in the beginning and you cleared brackets and stuff. Say Oscar throws his Molotov from Arch. Azar throws his Molotov from lane. And then you go back to B and you take B. And they come in. Well, guess what? They don't have Molotovs to retake, so you can sit in quad. You know, there's a lot of options that open up for you when you do spend a little bit of time trying to make sure that your opponents use their utility really well. It's something that Cloud9 did really well, especially at the major. The major. Renegades on the back foot. Need one to simply tie. And Azra hears these footsteps for sure. Actually, oh my god, lines up that flash beautifully with his teammates. Calls are on point. The communication and the teamwork looking absolutely fantastic. Oh my god, 4 frags at the end of the day. And he even gets back to his comfort zone on that angle at Arch to find the final 2. Unreal. I'm sure the crowd couldn't be any more proud. OT number 3. So you can see the radio. Oh wow, what a b-hop. I'm gonna cut off what I had to say because it wasn't important. That's nice. It's probably got the highest HSP of any hopper out there. Nifty somehow. Always lining up those insta-dink op shots. Another 90 damage dealt. This is one way that people are throwing, where you can see feet of anyone crossing. Oscar he wants them. I mean, he knows Nifty's there, and this is the kind of duel he loves, but he realizes that this one's just this bet is not worth taking. So that was putting your life savings on Conor McGregor right there. He wanted it. He believed. But he would have gone broke. They wait patiently with 2. Stiko is going to be used as bait. Has an AK, but only 8 HP. Molotov's good. Catches him on the way out. And now Nifty is just going to try to hold down lane. No teammate here to help him out. What an op flick from him. Straight up and down. No problem. Unbelievable. To the left. Take it easy, Sonny. Good night. Wow. Shut it down. Stellar performance. Have we said that yet? That was almost a Beyonce reference. To the left, to the left. Everything you own, boss to the left. Wow, 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 wow. And it hasn't stopped yet. The bait's good, however. Jacob has found his found a very keen spot at sandbags. Only comes away with 1, but every time they go 1 for 1 at this point, it's going to lead to the W. Renegades seeming more hyped than ever. Seemingly more hyped than ever. Seeming more sharp. Seeming, I don't know. Giving up on that one. And again, this smoke doesn't work so well. Oh, they've actually put the whole wall down. So the jump up is actually going to be hard to get anything out of. And Nifty also from CT to support his teammates. And it looks like this B exec is no good. I don't know if they had enough smokes, but it certainly felt like there was just too much information for Renegades to work off of. And having someone in CT was not good for them. Not exactly sure how they wanted the CTs to interact with their smokes, but from the placement of it, I don't know. I don't know what they wanted to do, what they wanted to get out of those smokes. Why didn't they use the smoke in CT? Certainly the ones that used 1 to get their opera off the angle. JKS doesn't often pick up the op, so is he going to be aware of the danger of peeking into this? It looks like not, but they actually, don't say actually. They throw enough utility to justify taking the fight. And it looks like Mousesports want to move quick off this. Oscar smells blood, but JKS has still this big green gun. The flavor's a bit different, but the shots are still the same. Asimov 2K for JKS. Oh, that's nice. That's refreshing. That's just like drinking a big sip of Nestea, you know? Like in those commercials where they fall backwards into the pool. That's what that shot feels like for Nifty right now. Game's over, right? Yeah, the boys. Really loving off this smoke. I guess it's a kind of a ghetto spool smoke, but that's gonna be right here. There's not a chance that Chris J can actually win this, right? No, tries to push through it, and that's That's a wrap. I think that's a game. Is that game over? No, it should be. So it's 25. Are we done? Do we? Okay, they need one more. They got 3 in a row. Okay, this is 25. Jesus. The longer this game goes on, the more likely I would think that Mousesports could win, but... Why did you take off your weed in competitive gaming video? I think it's on there somewhere. It's like unlisted or something. But it's probably in a playlist. We just organized the YouTube so there's less of the fluffy stuff. And what could be the last round of the game, right here and now. Rob sitting in the pit. Looks like a Halls pop is coming their way. This is maybe the round where Nifty goes out to lane. We saw this actually previously go down. And they throw a couple of things at B just to make sure an AV gets pushed off. Great HE grenade though to kick things off. And Rob's here in the crossfire. Holds up his end of the bargain. And hits 2 clean headshots. Everybody else gets melted as well. I think I don't know if they threw an arch smoke or didn't want to or what. But that was a little bit strange. I feel like I would have liked to see everybody commit to that situation. But we didn't. Mousesports take it 22-24, but are they just prolonging the inevitable? Are they delaying defeat? Are they simply poaching the fire? Poaching? You wouldn't say that, would you? I don't know. I'll look that up after. Poach would mean to steal, but you could say poach a fire. Is that another way you could say? I don't know. Fire gets thrown down lane side to make sure no one can peek or regress. And Nifty again is making a little bit of presence here on Banana. I hope we don't see another straight short / lane / porch hit instead. But it seems like that might be what's happening. Rob's again going to abuse the smoke in the same way that he did previously. Don't know if he'll get a kill. Looks like Sneeko will be good enough. Great for 3. But Azza in a 1v2 now, 17 seconds up. Seemingly going to be able to get a plant. Don't know if anyone's going to push here. This is probably a good position to do it. There's one player is creeped up. Chris J gets killed. No chance to just close it out right there and then, however. This is not the end of the game, is it? Jesus. I don't think you could say poach a fire. You could say poach an egg, yeah. You can say poach instead of steal, right? You could poach something. But what's that called when you Just like poking a fire. I didn't say poking a fire. Like if you, because you could take like a poker, like a metal poker, stoke. You stoke a flame, right? That's what it is, isn't it? Stoking, yeah, okay, that's what it was. Alright. Glad we sorted that out. My brain is happy we sorted that out. Is this going to be the 4-frag? Azur's been a heavy hitter for the Renegades in this match. There's certainly going to be a deep hole in the offense moving forward into this round. Mitted up and Rops just above the fire. Almost completes the spray transfer. Very nice attempt. But it still counts for a lot. 190 damage. $188 to be exact. JKS is low, within 1 bullet of death from anything. Those Renegades group for the B hit. Nifty makes his way in. What a fantastic shot. Almost totally blind. Not even sure if he ever saw Chris J on his screen in that moment. Unbelievably. Must have, I have to say, must have seen him. Otherwise, just the most fantastic intuition and adjustment of his mouse ever. But here it is. Oscar, the big player, gets killed. And Nifty, he can't be stopped. But Sunny wants to prove us wrong. Takes him down. Jacob abusing the shadow from Emo, as we saw him in this position before. Killing Chris J and now winning the game. Renegades have locked it up. And Nifty had 50 kills. Nifty 50. Jesus. 81,000 viewers. That's sick. Thank you all you guys for all 81,000 of you guys for watching.